Hey, good morning, everybody. God bless you guys this morning. Thank you for tuning in. So, listen, I lived not a lot of my adult life, but enough of my adult life without Christ to know what the result of that life was going to be. Living my life without Christ would have been a life without any kind of direction, without any sense of purpose. I would have just kind of gone with the wind, you might say, just whichever way the wind blows. Whatever struck my fancy at the moment, that's the direction that I would have gone. There wouldn't have been a real sense of purpose. I would have taken a lot of roads that I shouldn't have taken by my own choosing. And in fact, my life would have been really a series of bad choices. I mean, and I already know because I lived enough of my life without Christ, my adult life without Christ, to know that it would have been a series of bad choices, really a series of selfish choices that were centered and focused on me and only on me. And I would have lived a life reaping the consequences of those choices. Um, even now, the things that I have, the things that God has really blessed me with, my wife, my family, all of the material things that I have, the life that I have lived, all of those blessings of God are things that I would have in no way had I been making my own decisions, living a purposeless life, and reaping the consequences of what I did. Anything that I might have achieved, even as a lost person, I would have just squandered. I mean, I know enough about who I am to know that that would have been the case. That's one of the reasons that I love the verse that I'm going to share with you today. It's in Psalm 16 and it's in verse 11. It says, "You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore." You will show me the path of life. It is God that really put me on the path where I found purpose, where I found the first time I ever preached a sermon, the very first time I ever preached a sermon, I knew in that moment I was made to do that. I knew in that moment I was created to do that, and that was my purpose in life. He is the one that showed me that path and brought me to that path where I could find purpose and fulfillment. In your presence is fullness of joy. Joy was something I never experienced as a lost person. In fact, um, my heart was pretty dark as a young adult, and when I say dark, I mean sad. I mean there was I nothing. I could find things that could make me happy, but nothing really uplifted me and just made me feel good on the inside for any length of time. I didn't have a joy. I didn't have a sense of joy. I didn't have the joy that only God could give. So He's the one that showed me the path of life. And in His presence, when I came to know Him and became a child of His, that's when I began to understand the fullness of joy. And at your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Forevermore. In God's presence is where the blessings of God are. The prodigal son left the ranch. When he left the ranch, he couldn't receive the blessings of God. But only when he came back to the Father was he able to receive all the blessings that the Father wanted to give him. The blessings that you desire from God are in the presence of God. They are at His right hand. And so we have got to be in His presence and we have got to stay in His presence. I love this verse. I love what it says to me. You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Get out there, faith today.